Did you make a New Year's resolution to go to the gym, but you don't really know how to use the equipment, so you never actually end up going? Maybe someone you know made a nasty comment about your weight, and it prompted you to either start working out like a freaking maniac or quit working out altogether. Letitia Aarons from LetitiaAarons.com here, and we're going to be talking about how shame negatively impacts your exercise routine. I realize this is not my normal workout video, but I decided to shake things up a little bit because as important as I think it is for you to have workout routines, I think it's more important for you to understand why you're having some of these troubling thoughts that lead to a lack of daily physical activity. Working out does not equal long-lasting healthy habits. It also doesn't accurately represent what's going on up here. I want to share with you some of the shame that I've dealt with and I still deal with, and maybe you can relate to me. In the past, each time I chose to start a new diet, it was because I was ashamed for one reason or another. I used to believe that it was because I wanted to get my health in check. But if I'm just being really honest with myself, it was usually because I felt like I was fat, like I wasn't beautiful, I was jealous of some girl on Instagram, or someone made a really hurtful comment towards me. This event is one that's extremely painful for me and will be a comment that I will remember for the rest of my life. I went to a music festival for my birthday one year, and I had never been to a musical festival before that. It was towards the end of June, so it was going to be freaking hot. Now, my entire life, I've hated my thighs. I've always felt so insecure about the shape, and I felt a lot of body dysmorphia over it. But against all of my insecurities, I decided to buy a brand new pair of shorts because I actually really liked the way they looked on me. And for the first time in a long time, I felt comfortable in a pair of shorts. But of course, I still had that little tiny devil on my shoulder telling me that I looked gross. But I decided to push past it anyway. Some friends and I go to the festival, which remember was for my birthday, and we meet a couple of guys we hang out with for a while. We're all chatting, and one of the guys was asking about where we lived and the kinds of activities that there was to do in the area. I told him, well, I really enjoy being outside and I really love hiking. Later in the conversation, he looks at me and he says, "You said you like hiking a lot?" And I say, "Yeah!" Then he proceeds to look me up and down and says, "Oh, I wouldn't have guessed that by looking at your thighs." I can't even fully explain to you how broken I felt in that very moment. My friends and I were so dumbfounded that he actually just said that to me, that we didn't even have words for him in response. My friends finally came to, and they came right to my defense. And even his friend was apologizing to me. But that didn't matter to me. I already felt so humiliated, so ashamed, and so disgusted with my own body that I put my sunglasses down, turned my face to the stage, away from all of them, and I silently cried to myself at a music festival for my birthday. It's experiences like this one that make us feel like there's something really wrong with us, even when we're just trying to feel good about ourselves. That comment has always stuck with me, and I'm constantly shaming myself for my thighs now. In response, there are days where I work out just because I freaking hate my body. Other days I give up entirely because all I want to do is cry, because it feels like there's no point in working out. Either way, the response is not that I want to work out because I love my body and I want to improve myself. The response is that I hate myself. So now what? We see shows like My 600-Pound Life, and we wonder how anyone can ever let it get to that point, right? But what we don't see is all the shame that that person endured to make them feel completely worthless, to the point of almost not even feeling human anymore. We cannot make positive changes unless we first come to a place of understanding ourselves and our environments, and coming from a place of love and compassion that pushes us to want to be better versions of ourselves, not to bully ourselves into submission. We'll touch how shame affects your daily food choices on Friday, but hopefully you're starting to see how shame actually has the ability to bleed into all aspects of your life, making it incredibly difficult for you to move forward. So the next time you miss your gym sesh, you indulge in several cheat meals while you're on a diet, or you start to question why it's so difficult for you to just stick to a plan, keep in mind that there are so many factors that go into changing your lifestyle to build these long-lasting healthy habits. I hope you find some relief in me telling you that no, it is not just as easy as simply eating more fruits and vegetables. If someone tells you that, they are completely negating the fact that we were all raised in completely unique environments with completely unique life experiences that make the mental challenge of switching to a healthy lifestyle so much freaking harder. Although this is not a complete list, these are 3 things to think about next time you're trying to change your lifestyle. Think about your why. Why do you want to consistently exercise? Do you want to be able to keep up with your kids? Do you want to grow old? Are you avoiding major surgery that you can't afford? Find an emotionally tied reason as to why you want to do the thing it is you want to do, or it's going to be so much harder and difficult for you to find the motivation to push through each day. Where are you exercising? Exercise shame is often rooted in the fear of being incompetent in public. So exercising where you're most comfortable is important, whether that be at home or the gym, the park, the countryside, wherever you feel free to just be you without the fear of other people's judgment. And 3, keep it simple. Exercising doesn't need to be a whole event. Start small and first start with active living if you're really struggling to get a legit workout in, which means going for a walk or doing some yard work. When you're up for a bigger challenge, try swimming, try biking or hiking, and increase your work from there. Active living is just as effective if your goal is to be generally healthy. There are zones called blue zones around the world where people live actively their entire lives without actually working out, and they're consistently living to be over 100 years old and outrunning the youngsters. So don't get bogged down in the details. Exercise shame can be extremely difficult to overcome, but there's so much power in being able to push past that barrier. You've got this, and you're too smart to stand in your own way. Be sure to like and share this video if you got some value out of today's talk, and don't forget to subscribe to hear more weekly themed content like this. If you aren't subscribed yet, make sure to jump on that because I will be getting an email list set up here in the near future where you will be the first to hear all of the exciting new content and even some bonus content on how to build more long-lasting healthy habits. If you haven't already, be sure to check out the resources section below. And I hope you guys like this new spin that I've put on this Workout Wednesday. I'll be changing up the name eventually, but for now, it's all we got. And I will see you guys on Friday.